How's it going, everyone? Well, I muted myself. Welcome back into another day of NHL research. Solid day yesterday. Really, outside of the Rangers game, I think I got genuinely everything right in terms of what I took and I posted. JT Miller, the big dud, would have swept the triple threats. He looked injured. I know he had the preseason injury. I thought of them playing captain and playing the Penguins would be easy enough. Turns out that is not true. We have a really, really fun slate today. A lot of really good teams, a lot of good players today. David Stewart mentions Mitch Marner plays for your hockey team today. Well, I love Mitch Marner today as well. We're going to go through a little bit. Yesterday, people asked a little bit more about game line, so they can play that on Profit X. I'll do it at the very end of the stream as well. I know we're focused on player props and whatnot, so we're going to do that. However, we're going to start with a little bit of puck doku. I wanted to keep doing the hurdle, but with hurdle having all players on wrong teams now, it completely messes with my brain. Because like yesterday when I answered, who did I answer? That was on a completely different team. Kesselring, right? He got traded from Utah to Buffalo. They still have him on Utah. That kind of fucks with my brain because I wouldn't think of Kesselring on Utah anymore. So we're going to go with puck doku today. I think they do a different one every single day. But I like a little bit of a thought exercise while we get started here. For people that know me, I'm a little bit insane and manic when it comes to NHL players and random NHL players playing for random teams. So I'm going to shoot for the lowest number that I possibly can get here. I don't have like crazy hockey knowledge like some of these people do, but I think I could get some crazy pulls for some of these right now. For example, Habs Capitals might be my favorite NHL player of all time because when I grew up and when I was really watching the Devils, like this is what I'm talking about. Like I really started playing hockey and actually understanding the game. My favorite New Jersey Devil up until he left was Ilya Kovalchuk. I guarantee you he played for both of these teams because I followed his career religiously, especially when he came back from the KHL. Ilya Kovalchuk 100% for that one. Blues Canadian. So they just made a trade this offseason, right? It was Logan Maliu, whatever, and Zach Bolduc. I don't think either of them have played a game yet, so they wouldn't have registered for this, and I don't think they count preseason games. So I'm going to avoid them too. Goalie wise, there's a ton, right? There's another Devil. I mean, I try to do this with just Devils? Ex-Devils. Jake Allen would work. Yaroslav Halak would work. Which one do you think would give me more points? Well, to be fair, the other one I could just use on the one because they definitely won 10 wins for that team. So let me go. I think Halak will get me more points here, 12%, and Jake Allen will get me more points here, 1%. Nice. Okay. Flames Capitals. So there's an obvious one, Andrew Mangiapane, but is that too obvious? Jaromir Jagr played for the Capitals, right? He would work. Definitely played for the Capitals. But again, that's a huge name. It's probably going to get a lot of points. Defenseman. Any random defenseman? If not, I'll just go Mangiapane so we're not here forever. Defenseman. No, I can't think of any. We'll go Mangiapane just so we're not here forever. Flames Blues. Flames Blues. They have a ton of superstars. Al McInnes, definitely. Doug Gilmour, I think. Played for both, but again, those will be really, really big, like big points. Even Andrew Mangiapane was as well. I'm kind of upset with that. Who played for both teams? James Neal absolutely played for both teams. Nice. And then a goalie, I think Dan Vladar would work. He's definitely won 10 games, right? Dustin Wolf would obviously work, but he'll get his percentage will be like 50. Would Dan Vladar be too obvious? Like Mika Kiprasov would work. What other goalies that they had? They had so many. Jacob Markstrom would work. Vladar has to have won 10 games. He's been there for a couple of years. Nice. Wild Capitals, we can go back to Devils. Marcus Johansson obviously works for this one. We'll just go Mojo. All right, because he went Capitals, Devils, Wild, I'm pretty sure. Where's Marcus Johansson? Marcus, 31%. Oh, that's as good as a fail in my eyes. That's way too obvious. Wild Blues, we can go Ryan Suter. That's definitely going to be an obvious one. Pat Maroon played for both of them, so that's a relatively obvious one. Let's go. Who else played for them? Who else played for them? Who else? Marco Scandella definitely played for both of them. 8%. And then a goalie. I mean, there's a ton of goalies that played for both or for the Wild that are pretty good in the NHL. Obviously, Fleury, Gustafsson, those are going to be huge point numbers. Cam Talbot would be a good one. I think Talbot will be relatively low. Darcy Kemper came through the Wild before anything else. He'd probably be decent. Let's go Cam Talbot to round this out. Nice. Very, very nice. You got a 9 out of 9. The uniqueness kind of sucked. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the uniqueness minus Marcus Johansson on Jumanji. Just going with current NHLers kind of fucked me there. The rest of them are relatively good. Let's get into some plays now. So, a couple guys that are really, really stand out for me here. When I'm going through all of these and looking at who I want, I really think I can't hear your sound. We good now? Someone said I can't hear your sound. Can you guys hear me? I'm not 100% sure. I want to make sure we're good here. Yeah, it says we're good. So I think we'll just go and continue. David, 100%. We'll talk about that one really, really shortly. A couple guys for shots that I want to highlight. William Nylander, I don't like taking him on the road, right? His road volume falls off a cliff when he does play. However, my only thing is William Nylander loves playing the Montreal Canadiens. That's one of his favorite rivalries. Even on the road against Montreal, he typically shows out. And now without Mitch Marner, he's got to become the number 2 star on that team, right? It's still Austin Matthews' team. He's the captain. He's the superstar. Someone's going to have to be that next man up behind Austin Matthews. It's not going to be Mitch Marner anymore. I like William Nylander potentially here. I like Nylander for a point more than I do for the goals just because of his shooting volume. He typically plays really, really well against the Montreal Canadiens. And for me, his splits are significantly better dependent home road for points compared to shots. His shots fall off a cliff on the road. His points are still over 55-60% on the road. I think Montreal is going to be relatively meh defensively. I don't think they really made a lot of additions defensively. Leafs are at home. Wait, I'm an idiot. Regardless, I still love William Nylander today for a point. I think after all this, I've just gone to the point of I do like William Nylander for a point. And it's weird that I mentioned the whole home road thing because Cole Caulfield, the whole reason I like the shots on goal by Triple Threat. Hello. All right. I'll see you later. And the whole reason I liked Cole Caulfield for shots is because he's insane on the road. And I knew they played on the road and my mind completely got fucked up. Regardless, love Cole Caulfield shots because he is a road warrior, hitting 60% of road games. If you look at his last 20, his last 10, he was really, really damn good on the road. And his shot volume last year on the road was better than his shot volume at home by almost a full shot attempt a game. So love Cole Caulfield on the road. But then that hits me with, do we just go all in on fucking Willie? William Nylander at home. You guys know what I feel about him. It might have to be, I might have to throw in William Nylander. Fudge. That's probably going to be a solo bet for me. David, I wouldn't completely, I'd kind of change that up. I think I like Frederick and Barbashev for goals, playing with a lot of good playmakers, and then I would take Michelli for an assist. But William Nylander, absolutely, I need to get a solo bet on him. I don't know. I like Cole Caulfield too. He's so good on the road. They're both great. Do we just ladder the two of them together? Little Willie Cole action in the first game. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you Willie fell, but all these games were playoff games. So if you go just regular season at home, William Nylander was a GOAT. It's just in the playoffs, like most of the Toronto Maple Leafs do, he kind of fell off a little bit. Really good at home, too. I might have to take this. He's minus 135 on Hard Rock. I like that a ton. I didn't really want to add another solo bet onto onto what I liked already today, but maybe I'll just duo Nylander and Cole. Because I like for both of them to have big shooting games. They like to shoot against each other. They're two guys that show up against the other team. I think that'll be the move. I think we're going to take both in like a ladder 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that. Okay. 160 days rest. How you do, Cole? How do you doing 160 days rest? Damn. So David mentioned a guy that I really like, Matthias Michelli. I don't really care about the head-to-head that is going off a different team. His stats look shit. His odds are now priced because his stats look shit. Giving me a guy that's plus 270 for an assist is insanely valuable for one reason, and that reason is he is the Mitch Marner replacement. Obviously, he's not going to replace what Mitch Marner can do. Mitch Marner is a significantly better hockey player than Matthias Michelli is. But when you're playing 5-on-5 with Matthew Nyes and Austin Matthews, you pass them the puck and you make things happen, whether it be Austin shooting, Matty Nyes in front of the net. They're going to make things happen. He won't be on the power play. He'll be on the second line power play. But all in all, I really, really, really like the value on a guy who's plus 270 for an assist, and he's playing with these guys 5-on-5. Again, I don't fully trust that Montreal defense. They added Noah Dobson, but I don't think Noah Dobson's that good defensively. He's a good puck mover. He's really good on the power play, but he's kind of like a younger Mike Matheson to me. Caden Gooley, obviously, Jekai and Carey are good defensively. I don't really trust Lane Hudson defensively. I don't think this team's going to be anything special defensively. I think they're going to have to outscore their problems. I do love Ivan Demidov. I think Patrick Laine stinks personally, but he's really good on the power play, so I understand why he's on that team. The big reason I really like Cole Caulfield's shot is last year, Patrick Laine would be the guy to steal every single one-timer on this first power play, and it pissed me the fuck off. Cole Caulfield is now the absolute trigger guy on this power play. He's the guy they're going to set up on the left wing for one-timers. That is what he should be. He has the best shot on I think Laine probably has a better one-timer than he does. I think Cole Caulfield probably has the second best shot on the team, but he's definitely got the best shot on this first power play unit. He's going to rip pucks. I like him today. I'm going to back Cole Caulfield today. And we're going to go, like I said, we'll go halves. We'll go Caulfield and Nylander, and we're going to take both of them. I have Caulfield in the triple threat parlay, but I have not done anything yet solo with him. So I can throw Cole Caulfield and William Nylander in this. And I think that's really, really nice. I think that's all I need. I got a lot in this game. So we'll leave that. Boston versus Washington. I can't get a read on this game because I truly believe that this Boston team is going to be slightly better than people expect and better than they were last year. This isn't a bad team. Like Elias Lindholm, if he can get back to what he was 3-4 years ago, that's a really good first line center. Casey Middlestat just 2-3 years ago on Buffalo was a really good second line center, but they all come together here and they just don't look good in Boston so far. They can put it together. It's not a bad team. They have decent depth. Like I really like Fraser Minton. He's a good young player who's going to be a good center. Pour one out for what's his face. Where's the kid that was really good for them? I can't think of his name right now. The prospect center who played for them for a couple years. He got hurt last year. I can't think of his name right now. Someone will definitely get him for me. Like, yeah, this second line's not great. I think Arvidsson's actually not a terrible player. I think Pavel Zacha stinks. He really should be traded, but that's also my jersey bias because I didn't like him as a Devil. I love Mikey Eason on his depth. Tanner Jeannot probably should be a fourth liner, so their depth could be a little bit better. Mason Laurent, McAvoy, Lindholm are great T pair. Zadorov, I think, is actually pretty good. I know he had a bad year last year. I don't think Zadorov's that bad. Like this decor isn't terrible. It's not the worst thing I've seen in the NHL. They have two guys who are genuinely very good. Laurie's young, good puck mover, could get better. I don't hate this Boston Bruins team. And obviously Jeremy Swayman needs to have a better year than what he had last year. Right? 2 years ago, Jeremy Swayman was a top 5 goalie in hockey. He was one of the best young goalies in hockey. Everyone said, like, this might be a guy you want to build around your franchise because of his age and how good he was. He had a bad year last year, partly because of the defense, but he also himself had a bad year last year. Washington, and similarly on the inverse of Boston, I think Washington regresses. I don't think this team's as good as they were last season. It has nothing to do with manpower. Their shooting percentages last year were insane, and I don't know how they continue to do it and continue to make it work. I think there's going to be a little bit of like luck regression when it comes to it. Like when Alexi Protas is on the ice, his on-ice shooting percentage for like the team was like 28%. Like that is insane. And like unless you're the greatest sniper to ever live, your players are not shooting like that. I think there's going to be a little bit of regression there. I do like Ryan Leonard. I think he's got to take a big step up this year. Really, really big step up, because he was pretty when he got called up at the end of last year. I think he's got to take a big step up. I like Connor McMichael. I think he's good depth. PLD is going to have to have another good year. Like, I think this is probably a playoff team. I'm not saying they're dropping out of the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to be a 120-point President's Trophy type team again. I like their decor a lot. Their decor is very, very nice. There's not a weak link here, in my opinion. Everyone here serves a good purpose and really, really good. Not having Martin Ferravari in the playoffs hurt him a lot. I also don't think their goaltending is going to be as good as it was last year. I don't think Logan Thompson's that good of a goalie, but he's good enough. I think he's good enough to be an NHL starter. All that saying, I kind of lean the under in this game. I think the two goalies are pretty good. I don't think Washington's going to be able to score at will like they did last year. I don't really like taking either shots for Ovi or Pasternak, only because both these teams are really good at shot suppression, at least they were last year. Even when Boston gave up a ton of goals, they weren't giving up a lot of shots. They were just bad defense, high danger chances. I'll probably stay away on shots in this game. I like the under if you like anything. You can get the under at plus 101, which is a nice price right now. But I'd lean under. I know DraftKings has a quick hits thing. I would take the no goal in first 10 in this game. I think it'll be a slow start. Kind of my lean. All right, let's move on to Calgary Edmonton. So I posted it in the triple thread. I think it's my absolute favorite thing today. It'll be my number one today. It's Connor McDavid to put up 3 shots on goal and have a point. You get it at minus 126 on FanDuel. I actually asked the ProfitX guys if they can make that a special today, so we can play that on ProfitX as well. Connor McDavid at home absolutely ripped puck at the end of last season. In his last 20 games, he had in 16 of his 20, 4.2 shot attempts a game. Where was it? His last 10, he went up to 8 shot attempts a game. In general, he shoots the puck a ton more at home compared to the road. He's typically very good against Calgary. He puts up a lot of shots against them. I know he had a little bit of a bad stretch there, but that happens. The big one is, I think Connor McDavid's got something stupid like 45 points in 28 games against Calgary. He loves the Battle of Alberta. He comes out huge almost every single time, and he gets a point in almost every single time he faces them. At home, he gets a point in, I think this is 17 straight games. He had a point in basically 90% of home games last year. And at home against Calgary, he's got a point in every single one. He's averaging almost 2 points a game against them. The reason I like McDavid shots is preseason, and this could all be dog shit and just kind of talk. Connor McDavid talked about how he wanted to prove that him scoring 60 goals 2-3 years ago wasn't a fluke. He wants to do it again. He said he likes scoring more than he likes assisting. The only way to do that is if you shoot the puck more, Connor. He's got a really, really good deceptive shot. He's got insane speed that can get away behind breakaways, odd man rushes, whatever that might be. We need him to use his shot more. At home, he uses it more. I like him a ton. Again, minus 126 for 3 shots and a point for Connor McDavid at home today against what basically is his favorite opponent in Calgary. So I like that a ton. Other guys that I like, I mean, Draisaitl looks good. He's another guy. I mean, he basically torches Calgary as well. I mean, the points that McDavid and Draisaitl put up against Calgary are downright stupid looking. So they always do really, really well. His shots are a little bit more juiced. And funny enough, I think McDavid's got better shot volume at home than Draisaitl does. Yeah, McDavid's got better shot volume at home than Draisaitl does. I'll take the guy at lesser odds and the guy who told me that he wants to score more goals. There is another guy that I'm waiting on. No one's posted a prop yet for him. So I'm waiting on someone to give it to me. Anytime you see 2 elite players like this, like Michelli's good, right? He's with Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes. Those are 2 very good players in there, right? Austin Matthews, top 5, top 10 player in hockey. We were talking about the best player in hockey and maybe the second best player in hockey on a 5-on-5 line with Trent Frederick. So what we're all going to do is we're going to wait for a point prop to come up. And when the point prop comes up, we're going to slam that point prop. Because to be quite honest, if you put me, someone that can like skate at 1/10 of this level, I think I could luck myself into a point if you gave me enough time on this line. So now you're taking an actual NHLer who's a good skater, has had all preseason with them. He had a really good preseason with them too. He was putting up a good amount of points on this line. Give me Trent Frederick to absolutely go crazy. He's gonna play the Zach Hyman role. Sit in front of the net, redirects, rebounds, create chaos, get puck battles in the corners, and just pass the puck to these guys and let them work. But I like Trent Frederick a ton. No one's posted a point prop for him just yet, which is insane when you're giving me Matt Vague-Fridden, but I can't get Trent Frederick. But until then, his anytime goal scorer prop is insane. We're going to have to wait and request here on ProfitX, but I believe it's right on the plus 370, plus 400 range for him to score a goal. And I will absolutely be there. I love Trent Frederick today. We'll go heavy on Trent Frederick. I want his point prop. I want his goal prop. Take either one for them there. I'd like it a ton. On the Calgary side, I'm kind of I think Edmonton rolled today. I don't really have too much interest on the Calgary side. Again, this Matt Vague-Fridden guy is interesting. He's a rookie that made the team out of camp, but I'm good. The only one would be block shots, like a Mackenzie Weed, Rasmus Anderson. But let me take that filter off. These guys just don't block shots that much. Not in the regular season. The block shots are a playoff prop for me. So we'll move on to the last game of the day. I have about 9 more minutes. I got to be off by right around 11, so I actually only have 2 more minutes. I started a little late today. Okay, so the big one, his first game at home. I really like Mitch Marner today. One, the Los Angeles defense did exactly what I thought it would. We watched them yesterday, and they were not good. They were getting run around by a Colorado team that is significantly better than them with amazing team speed. That being said, I think Vegas is a very similar team. They might not have the exact same. They don't have the team speed that Colorado does. No team in the NHL does. But you're on a back-to-back, heavy legs, tired legs. You had to travel from LA to Vegas, which isn't a crazy travel schedule, but still, you had to travel. And now Mitch Marner's home debut, he is an elite hockey player. And if you're giving me minus 130, minus 135 for his assist, I will take it every single time. He puts up an assist in 62% of games, puts up an assist in 63% of home games. If you get rid of the playoff filter, it was 66% of home games and 62% of all games. He was going to play 5-on-5 with Jack Eichel, who I believe is one of the top 10. He's probably a top 10 player in hockey. He's actually very similar to Austin Matthews, in minus the fact that Austin Matthews has an all-world shot. And Eichel's got a good shot. He doesn't use it enough. So I like that combination a ton. Now, if you like them, going back to that same idea, Ivan Barbashev's on a line with them too. You do have a point prop for Ivan Barbashev, and it's in the plus money. It's plus 120. You'll look at his chart, and his chart doesn't look anything special. It's good. He's over 50% of the time he's in games. 6 of his last 10, 11 of his last 20. That's good. Now you're adding a guy like Mitch Marner on there. He's playing with Jack Eichel. At the end of last year, Barbashev wasn't playing with them. Right? Barbashev was not with Eichel. They had some weird line combination at the end of last year because everyone kept getting hurt. I like Barbashev a ton, plus 20 for a point. I like Marner for an assist. I like Marner, Eichel for points. I also, because of the Mitch Marner effect, I do like Jack Eichel a little bit more for shots. Probably not enough for me to actually go in and take him. This is one of those where Los Angeles doesn't give up a lot of shots. I'm not really going to bet shots against them. Even yesterday, although Colorado scored a ton, Marner, Jesus Christ, McCarr didn't shoot much. McKinnon didn't shoot much. Natchez, they all had like 2 shots on goal. So for me, I'm staying away on the shot side. I do want to keep an eye on. I think Eichel is going to shoot more than the books expect based on what he did last year. I think with Marner on your line, you have to be a more volume shooter, right? Marner's going to be the playmaker. You get open, you take a shot. Eichel's got a better shot than people think. So I like it a ton. Another guy, so Assault, I don't know if I probably mispronounced that. Pavel Dorofeyev kind of falls into the same thing for me as Jack Eichel. My 2 worries about him. One, again, is the LA side. LA doesn't give up that many shots on goal, right? But all in all, Pavel Dorofeyev, I feel much more confident than Jack Eichel. I think Jack Eichel shoots more purely based off a hunch that Mitch Marner is going to make him into a bigger shooter. I don't know that for a fact. That is just a guess on my part. I know Pavel Dorofeyev is going to be a shooter. He is back with Thomas Hertl and Brendan Saad. That is the exact same line they had last year. There's going to be chemistry there. He's on the second power play. No, he's on the first power play unit, right? So they're going 5 forwards. Oh, this power play unit is fun. I think this power play unit is going to be so good. Is this 4 right-handed shots, though? No, Hertl's lefty. So 3 left-handed shots are going to the Colorado side of things. But regardless, I like Dorofeyev probably over Eichel. I, in general, don't like to bet shots on goal against Los Angeles. Will be the quick answer for me. All right. And I think that's everything. I was supposed to be done at 11. I went a little bit over. I'm going to hop off, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, hanging out with me today. I'm going to be back at 5 p.m. for another stream, which will be exciting. If you guys have not already, go check out ProfitX. Use code Cheddar when you do. Parlays are coming soon. The new 1% of commission is effective. And if you use code Cheddar, you're going to get $200 back across your first month. Available in 40 plus states. So go check it out. Use code Cheddar when you do to get all those sign up offers. I will be back later. I got some more content coming out on X, so keep posted there. I'm going to get the megas done very, very soon. Thank you guys so much, and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace, guys.